But any young man who gets down on his knees to propose to a girl is not just an idiot, the bloody fool, the compound buffoon.
Hello and welcome to Fabri's page. On today's topic, we'll be talking about what the veteran Nollywood actor Chief Pet Edochie said concerning men going on their knees and proposing to women. According to him, he said any man that goes on his knees to propose to a woman is not just a fool, is not just an idiot, but a compound fool. And this has been quite controversial, honestly. This is not the first time he's making such a remarks about men going on their knees and proposing to women. According to him, he said in the Igbo culture it's a taboo for a man to go on his knees to propose to a woman because it's like you giving her all the rights, everything about you being a man, you're handling everything, all the responsibilities to her. That's why, according to him, the white people, when they have misunderstandings with their wives, the women throw them out or kick them out. Or when they divorce, women tend to take more of the properties than the men. Put a clip of what he said concerning the issue.
But any young man who gets down on his knees to propose to a girl is not just an idiot, the bloody fool, the compound buffoon. And the reason why I'm saying it is simple.
Why are you saying it, sir?
We try to copy white people, right? I believe in the sacrosanctity of our culture, the essence, the core of our culture. The white man kneels down to propose to a girl. You know what it means? The girl takes over the family. This is why whenever you disagree with your wife overseas, you are kicked out and your wife takes the house. Don't you people know that? A young man like you who should ever be in charge of your destiny, you want everything about the women. That makes you all fools.
So it's totally wrong for a man to, but it's love.
I have lived with my wife for 51 years. Nobody has come to say, please stop beating this woman. Is it hatred that united us? You're an idiot.
I believe knowing that is civilization, so just to show.
It's all right. Kneel down before your wife. I will sympathize with you when she takes over the home.
I don't necessarily agree with him, honestly. I really don't. I feel like this is the new millennium. This is 2020. People are allowed to do what they want to do as long as it makes them happy and they don't hurt other people while doing that. That's what I'm up for. If a man thinks it's romantic proposing to his woman, fine. Why not? If he doesn't think, fine. It's a matter of choice. I think people are allowed to make their choices. If he wants to educate us, I think the proper thing he should have done was make a video explaining everything to us, making us understand the reasons why it's wrong, than him coming out and saying you're a fool for proposing to a woman, you're an idiot. Make a video, explain why we need to stick to our culture, why we need to carry on the tradition, because most of these things are not taught in schools, and most of the times our parents don't tell us these things, so we get to learn some things the wrong way, you understand? So I don't think what he said was correct, or rather was right. He shouldn't have said that. Maybe he should have just educated us. Since he's 72 years old, definitely he has more experience than we do. He's been in the industry like forever. He even played the part of the gods and not the gods, things fall apart. Yeah, he played a major role in the book Things Fall Apart, or rather the film. He played a major role. So he has more ideas, more experience. He knows more about the culture than we would ever know. Why not educate us? Why not put us through that? This is how it's done. This is why we should do this. This is this. Than saying you're a fool for doing this. You're giving us your responsibilities. Blah blah blah. Okay, how about men that didn't propose to their women and yet they divorced after a day, probably after a week or a year? How about that? I don't think it has anything to do with proposing. I think it's more of men or people finding the wrong partner, ending up with the wrong people. I really don't agree with him. I don't see anything wrong with proposing. Like, I feel it's really, really romantic. Like, when that proposal is just the top of it. But you mustn't. It's not mandatory. You must propose to a girl as long as the both of you are on the same page. It's you I want to marry, it's you I want to marry. Go, you can go on with the wedding, the traditional wedding, paying her bride price and everything. But if the guy chooses, or they kind of agree that there will be a proposal, why not? That doesn't make him a fool. That simply means he has a choice. He has the right to make choices for himself. He has a choice to decide, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. Like in the case of, I know it has nothing to do with this, but when Mercy Agbe, or whatever her name is, came out on Valentine's Day, I was like, or a day before Valentine's, she was like encouraging single ladies to go after married men, take their money, embezzle them, but don't sleep with them.
If you are a side chick to a married man, girl, you had better be cashing out. Secure the bag. You know what I mean? Get that dough. You know what I mean? Get that money, because that man is not yours. Sis, it ain't yours. It belongs to another woman. So please, it just had better be worth it. Don't go and collect chocolate or flowers, gifts from a married man. No. If you do, your head needs to be examined. If you're dating a married man, chop his money. Collect his money, because that man is already married. What else are you doing? Some stupid girls will be dating married men. And
what are you trying to say? And a lot of people were writing to Joro. Like, for those of you who don't know, Joro is an Instagram love doctor that hooks up people. He listens to people. He posts their stories online. So a lot of people follow Joro, and they were writing to him, Joro, this married man, he's stingy, he's this, he's that, he doesn't want to give him money. As Mercy Agbe said, if you are not giving him money, I'm not sleeping with you. Like, they have a lot of people listening. You might think you're not a role model. As long as you have a big platform listening, the truth is that there are people listening and following your advice. So we really need to be careful about the things we dish out. Seriously, I feel like if he had made a video and explained everything, then I would have understood, okay, it has more to do with us preserving our culture, our tradition, than him coming out and saying, you're a compound fool, you're this, you're that, you don't have, you're giving us your responsibilities as a man, you are not the head of the family if you do that. No, it makes no sense. I'm sorry, I have a very, I have huge respect for this man, for Edochie, but I don't really agree with what he just said, and I don't think it should be okay. We really need to be careful about what we say. Seriously. Please subscribe, like, and share my video. Thank you. Have a nice day.